You're making me nervous. No, joking.
Breathe.
Can you guys hear me? It's on here. Okay, I might have to speak a bit louder, but when I was 16, I was literally a 16-year-old boy with no certainty, but I decided to have an obligation to be the best I can be. And to be the best I can be, that meant that everything I was doing, I had to make sure that it had to be going towards doing the right thing for my future. So it wasn't easy. By the time I got to 17, 18, I was homeless. By the time I got to 18, 19, I'd been through my first batch of depression, tried to commit suicide. But still, carried on going because, like I said to you, I began my obligation to be the best I can be. Questions afterwards, yeah? And what is my obligation to be the best I can be? I realized quite early on that I had the power of speaking. I did my first speech when I was in sixth form, around about 17, and people cried. And that scared me. I didn't do another speech for about 10 years after that. And one day, I was speaking at a sports club that I'm a co-director of, and Mr. Andre was in the changing rooms, and he heard me speaking, and he was like, wow, this guy's amazing. And he said to me, you've got a really good talent of speaking, you can be a good speaker. He gave me some key literal techniques, he taught me some techniques, how to speak, how to be confident, how to organize my thoughts. And here I am today. Since then, I've spoken to hundreds of people. I've spoken in churches, schools, universities, companies, and he now considers me as a masterclass. Well, someone who can deliver a masterclass, not masterclass. So, the main thing I want you guys to believe in is that everyone has a dream and everyone has a goal. But stand up for what you believe in is what will get you towards your goal and eventually achieving greatness that you want to achieve. So this speech is entitled, Standing Up for What You Believe In. And he asked me to say one of my speeches that he said before, but I said no, I'm going to challenge myself and make a speech impromptu and speak from the heart on stage today without rehearsing a speech. But his speech is called, Stand Up for What You Believe In. Okay. So every person here, you all can imagine yourself winning. When you close your eyes, you can see it. That unbelievable marriage, the unbelievable house, the large bank balance, the nice car, you all have dreams of greatness. But now imagine waking up and realizing that dream you've been having is no longer enough. You want more. That's change. And by the way, change is realizing that the great dream can be had by anyone, but the memory must be made. That's greatness. For those people who think greatness is seeing that small incremental cycles, like the pay rise, like the Instagram followers, like the new job, that's not greatness. Greatness is realizing that a great dream can be had by anyone, but a memory must be made. These are some of the guys who truly understand then versus right now. So Martin Luther King then, a dream was the only thing that he had. Martin Luther King now, triumph will always be mentioned in his name. Muhammad Ali then, I am the greatest, he said. Muhammad Ali now, he's still the greatest of all time. Rosa Parks, the only thing she had was belief and to stand up for what she believed in, which was not to go to the back of the bus. Rosa Parks now, she changed the world for all of us. Those are some of the guys who truly understand greatness, who truly understand then versus right now, who truly understand then versus right now. Greatness is in all of us, not just in some of us. Neither is it reserved only for the great ones among us, but it truly exists in all of us. It doesn't matter how great your quest is, how small, how big it is. It doesn't matter for what you want to stand up for. It doesn't matter how huge it is. What matters is that you task yourself and you say to yourself, this is what I want to do, this is what I believe in, and I'm willing to go for it. And like I said, greatness is not this elusive, esoteric, godlike creature that only some people achieve. All of us can achieve it in our own way. So I deploy you boys and girls, I deploy that you guys Make sure you be the best that you can be. And stand up for what you believe in. Because only then will you achieve greatness. And please, I implore you, be legendary and make sure you leave your legacy. That's my time. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so if there is any questions, you can fire them at me now. Don't worry how personal it is. I'll answer them as long as it's appropriate. Yeah, go on, young lady. Yeah. I had a disagreement with my mum, fell out. My mum became a public thing. She didn't want me at home. My mum is a single parent. I decided that if I stay here, it's not gonna be good for both of us. So I took my wallet and I walked out and I never went back. But now we have a great relationship now. Obviously, that's like 10 years ago or whatever, 15 years ago. But we sorted things out now. But yeah, I still don't live with her, but we obviously have worked things out and everything is fine now. Yep.
You know when you said you done speech in sixth form?
Yep.
And you said they cried.
Yep.
Did they cry as in a bad way or good way?
No, they didn't cry because I said something that was sad. It was just that it was so emotive and emotional that they couldn't handle it. And some of the people cried because it was my truth. It was what I was going through. Because first time I became homeless, I was in sixth form. And my fellow students didn't know, so I'll come to school every day. And everyone's like, oh, happy, how are you, Jeffrey? Everything's cool, da 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 da. But then when the time is getting towards home time, I started to get nervous. I started to get palpitations. My heart started to beat faster. Because I know I have nowhere to sleep that night. You know, and I often say to my students that I mentor that you don't realize how lucky you are to have a roof over your head unless you have to spend the night in the park with the foxes. And trust me, these foxes ain't scared of us anymore. They will attack you. So, hey, you're gone.
How was you at school? Was you like kind of like a good kid, kind of like a bad kid?
I was misunderstood, but I was not a great kid. I was misunderstood. I'm not gonna say I was the best of children, but I messed around a bit. I was a bit more of a clown, but that's because I couldn't really read and write properly, so I didn't take like lessons into like consideration, and I just wanted to be artistic, and I didn't fit that box, but I misunderstood, yeah.
Now, when you said that, when you said like, you know, you said that you messed around like in the beginning,
Yeah.
But, like, when you start like knuckling down again?
Age 16, I began my obligation to be the best I can be, like I said. So when I was 16, I was like, I think it was about April time. You know April, we're about to start GCSEs, right? I had like a month to start my GCSEs. I was like, I have a reading age of an 8-year-old, a spelling age of a 6-year-old. Mate, you need to sort this out and fix it. So I went to my fellow teacher and said to him, guys, I can't really read properly, I can't spell properly, test me. And they're like, stop messing around. You got to year 11, there's no way you can get to year 11 without it. I said, I can't. They tested me, they're like, wow. They put me on a month program, intense program, it's called self-learning. I had to listen to my own voice to teach my own, my brain how to learn the vowels and the consonants and the sounds to learn how to read and write. So that was tough, but I did it and I got 10 ATCs, by the way. Thank you. 1 second. Go on. Where am I originally from? As in, what, like which area? Okay, so I'm Ghanaian. I was born in Ghana, came here when I was quite young. Can't remember exactly how old I was. I think I was about 5 or 6. And yeah, first time I met any of my parents was at Heathrow Airport. I met my mum. She was already here. I came with two of my other brothers. We came in a plane by ourselves. I think I was about 5 or 6. My oldest brother was about 10. And we flew from Ghana to here by ourselves. And yeah, that story is another story that I can tell you guys another time. But it was strange because a woman walked up and said hello. And I was like, who are you? And then my brother was like, oh, that's mum. And I was like, oh, okay. I never seen her before. So yeah, go on. How old am I now? Old enough. Yeah. Yes. Because it was tough. I mean, sorry, I'll repeat the question so you guys can hear it. She asked me why I have suicidal thoughts. It's because going through, like, I don't know if you guys are in sixth form yet, but like, imagine how your friends will be looking at you. Imagine not knowing where you're gonna sleep, where your next meal is coming from. Imagine knowing that every night my mum cried herself to sleep because she was worried about if I was safe or not. But I knew that she has too much pride to say to me, son, come back home, I miss you. And every night I was worried about what she was going through. So the whole combination of stuff was just crazy. Like I said, it took a lot of energy from me to go back and say to my mum, look, I'm sorry, you know, I was wrong, even though that she wasn't wrong, but I still said I'm wrong. I took responsibility for what I did. And like I said, I was with her yesterday and you know, I see it as much as I can now, but my reason why I'm doing this as well is to also pay her back for what she's done for me. But a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, but she kicked you out. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, because if it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be here in the first place. Yeah, go on. I don't follow any religion really religiously, but I will say I'm Christian. But it doesn't matter, we will speak the universal language of love and peace, so that's it. Any more boys, girls? Okay.
But do you think, like, well, I personally think, like, religion plays a big part of what your goals and aspirations would be?
Of course it does. Every day I wake up, and by the way, the thing that helped me the most to get through all of this is sports. Every single day when I was going through that, I ran and I trained. Every day I'll feed my body and I'll feed the mind. So every day, even now, I'm still doing now, I will wake up and I will pray, I will meditate every single day without fail. Now, reasons why you do things, it doesn't matter what religion you are. To be fair, to do the right thing, because doing the right thing is always the right thing, and stand up for what you believe in. But yeah, sports literally saved my life because it just kept me going. Hence, I set up a company called Inspired by Sports. One more question, I believe, yeah?
What football team do you support? Chelsea.
Liverpool.
Irrelevant, I don't support any team in football. If I did, it would be West Ham, because I actually live on Green Street. But they're not even there anymore now, so that's it. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for having me. If there's any more questions, I'll hang around for a bit. Oh, I think Tara wants to speak. But yeah.
One more question. For those who don't have a goal,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them?
Okay, so for someone who doesn't have a goal, what advice I'll give them? It's very simple. Not everyone needs to have this amazing goal to be, I mean, I've got my goals. But if you don't have a goal, what I suggest for a lot of young people is that you don't have to have a specific goal now, just try things. Just try different things. And when you try different things, you start to realize what you like and what you don't like. But that doesn't mean that you go around like a headless chicken and just do everything. Yeah? So there's a difference in that. So I strongly advise anyone who doesn't have a goal to look at what they're good at and what they like doing and do that. Now, don't think it's gonna bring you money straight away. A lot of people say, yeah, follow your dreams and do what you love doing. Don't try and monetize it straight away, because it's not gonna be that. It takes a lot of work, But my best advice, and I think Tara, you can take this as well, I take it for myself every day, is that it's very simple. Stand up for what you believe in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.